Hello my darlings, welcome back to my channel, That Crafty Gamer, where I combine gaming and crafting fun all in one channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the video and will consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, and following me on my social media, which I have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I can post those links down below for you if you would like to see those. Now, in today's video, we are going to be doing this Let It Snow picture frame, and it's very, very simple. The thing I had the most problem with, I think, is the stencils, because I haven't used stencils very much. Though I'm a crafter, most of my crafting has usually been crochet. This is just something new that I'm getting into, as well as DIY projects that I'm going to be working on. Right now I'm just doing picture frames because they are for gifts for the holiday. And the last frame we did, if you didn't see that video, I will post a link to that one also in the description. But this is the last frame I did, and I was so pleased with it. It is so pretty. I mean, I don't feel like videos do a lot of people's work justice. Things always look so much better in person. But that was the last one I did. So if you didn't see that one and you would like to see that one, I will post a link to that down below, and it may also be popping up at the top. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you're not, if you have any comments for me or any advice for me as to how I can improve my videos, or you know, just suggestions on how to make the projects easier, like with stenciling. I did watch videos on the stenciling, but I still kind of struggled with it. I ended up just using a very fine paintbrush to stencil this stuff in. So anyway, let's get to the project. Okay, so for this project, this is my sketch that I made, and if you've watched any of the other videos, you know that I do make sketches. I typically try to make a sketch before I actually do the project. So I do have my 4x6 picture frame, and I ended up getting some 3D stickers, and I got them from Michael's. So I got 2 trees, and then we got the 2 snowmen, which are so adorable. I wasn't sure how to place them on the frame, if I wanted to place them like together on the frame or separately, but I went with separately. What did y'all think of that decision? Was it good or not? And the stuff I'll be using, I have the navy blue paint and the white paint, and I have my paint tray, paintbrush. The stencil brush, as you'll see, I ended up not using that, so... And then I have my stencils as well, and then the picture frame. Now I drew on this picture frame, and that was just I guess, yeah, where the snow meets the sky or whatever. So anyway, let's continue. So here I'm just, as you'll see, I don't use a lot of, I mean, I don't like put tons of paint in my tray. I just don't see a reason to do that. I mean, granted, I mean, I do have to stop to put more in there, but I just don't want the paint drying out, so I do actually just put a little bit in there at a time. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put 1 coat on, like in front of you guys. I will do 1 coat around the frame, and then I'll end up doing 2 or I think 2 more coats after that. For both of the colors. And I do actually end up putting this on the inside, like the little inner edges of the frame as well. You see me do that with the blue paint later, but I forgot, I didn't really show that with the white paint, but I did go and put it on the inner edges as well. And I also, and like there, I erased the pencil mark. Now I could have done that on the other side, and at first I thought, oh, that might be a problem because I didn't erase it, but the fact that I put 3 coats of paint on here, it was hidden anyway, so it didn't matter that I did not erase that prior to painting. So, you know, we're gonna get ready to do the edges here. Now I didn't do the back of the frame. I just don't think it's necessary to do the back of the frame. What are your all's thoughts on that? I am doing these for gifts, but I feel like maybe if I was doing them you know, if I was doing these for a customer, you know, like somebody who was paying for it, I would probably want to ask them if they would like me to actually paint the back of the frame as well, if I'm painting their projects, because some of my projects, they'll be done in fabric. I'll be using scrap paper on them and whatnot. So that looks good. Now we're going to put on our navy blue. And I decided to go with the navy blue because I want it to be like a night sky. I mean, I could have went with a lighter blue and did like a daytime sky or something, but I don't know. Something about the snow in the evening just seemed more appealing, and the colors just look so great together, I thought. And then with the trees, you'll see later on that I will end up putting snow on the tips of the trees, because when I showed them to you, you probably saw that they don't actually have any, they're just green. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. They would, if they were actually in the snow, they would have some snow on them. So I don't know. Hopefully it turned out, I feel like it turned out all right. So y'all have to let me know what you think once we get to that part of the video. I don't know why there was a freeze frame there. Occasionally that happens. I have no way of explaining that. I don't know if it's because if you know how your computer will go to sleep, it doesn't shut down the recording, but I feel like maybe when my monitor went to sleep or something, that is what causes those little freeze frames there. And yeah, this is my first like holiday type frame that I've done, and I'm sure some people are wondering why aren't you doing holiday frames? Because holiday frames can only be used during the holidays. So I'm like, the only reason why this one's a holiday frame is because the lady who told me what she was looking for, or what she likes to collect and what colors and stuff she likes. She didn't really tell me colors, but she said she likes to collect snowmen. So that's why this one ended up being actually a more of a seasonal type frame. And the other frames that I've done, let's see, 4 other frames on my channel. If y'all missed any of those, I do have a link that I can provide in the description for the actual playlist, and it should pop up at the top of the screen there if you guys want to check out the other frames. Keep in mind, the first frame I did, that video was actually 3 hours long, but I did manage to get it down to 1 hour. I've been trying to shorten the videos to help with maybe view duration, but it really doesn't seem to help improve view duration, because people, according to the average views, people are still only watching very short amount of time before they actually leave the channel. Now, if you're not a YouTuber, you may not understand that, but the less time you spend on the channel, the less interaction there is, the less likely that the videos are going to be recommended to people on like the home page or on the little side panel of other people's videos. But see, look at that. The tree looks so much better with the little snow on there. I was afraid to do the tips of the tree like that, because I'm like, oh my goodness, is this just gonna ruin this project? But actually, I feel like it didn't ruin it. Y'all will have to let me know what you think in the comments. Was it a good idea to add the snow to the trees? And I think it was. I mean, it just makes more sense. I think if I hadn't done it, it would just, I mean, it would have still looked nice, but if we're being somewhat realistic, it wouldn't have been as nice, because it's actually in the snow, so they should have little snow tips. So now we're just gonna glue these on to the frame. So as y'all can see, this is such a simple project. I mean, I loved it. My first 3 picture frames I did, those were actually all done with felt, and though I like the felt and it gives it like a, I don't know, I keep wanting to say like a warm feel. I don't know. It's just a lot harder to work with the felt than it is with the painting. I love the painting. It doesn't take as long. And I mean, honestly, I am hoping to eventually customize frames like this for customers and actually make a little bit of money. I'm not looking to get rich doing it, but I would love to make money doing DIY crafts for people that, maybe they're not that crafty, but they don't mind paying someone to do it for them. So I don't know, maybe I'll get there one day. I am still fairly new to this, so we shall see. Now see, with the snowmen, I kind of thought maybe I should have put them together on one side, but I mean, it turned out all right, so I guess. And now we're doing the stenciling. Now, as you'll see, I showed y'all my stencil brush at the beginning, and I did practice with that while I was, before I started the project, but I was too afraid to use it on the project because I'm like, to go and do all this work and then mess it up with a stencil, that kind of made me nervous because I didn't know if I'd be able to get the stencil off or cover it up if I did mess up. I mean, you will notice here that I don't manage to get it centered. That's why I added like the little asterisk at the end of the end of family there, because I didn't get it centered. Now, these frames are being made for people that I used to work with, and they're not going to be mad. They're actually going to be very pleased with how everything has turned out. They're not perfectionists per se, but I'm not a perfectionist either. I do try to do my best, but I will never claim to be a perfectionist. And I'm not going to show the last stenciling, which is I do put "Let It Snow" at the top, but I will show it at the end of the project so you guys can see how that turned out. So anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, my darlings, that concludes today's project. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, thank you. I appreciate that. If you have any suggestions on how I can get my followers or people who are watching the videos to be more interactive, please share your suggestions or advice in the comments below. If you have any advice for me as a crafter in general, whether it's videos or how I do my crafts, I welcome those too. If you have any people you would like to suggest that maybe I should check out, by all means let me know that as well. I don't mind checking other people out. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It was pretty simple, except like I said, the stenciling is what I had the most problem with. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. So, and I didn't get family quite lined up in the center, which was kind of irritating. I didn't want to draw on there after I'd already painted it. So I was like, how the heck do I make sure it's centered without like drawing on it? But I didn't think about it. I could have put painter's tape on there to make sure that I had it centered. So that's an idea for next time. But anyway, thanks to everyone who watched the video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you'll consider sharing it. And until next time, my darlings, I will see you later. Bye.